How do you do? Come with me to a monolith in Colorado. The castle rock that named a town. A town in which a woman upholds the prime principle of human freedom, the freedom of the press. The publisher of the Record Journal, Miss Marjorie E. Case. Weaned on printer's ink, now deft fingers at the keys, she sees copy through from pen to typewriter to linotype, tapping the keyboard faster than the machine can mold the metal letters translating news into type. Type to fit the forms. Then the galley proofs. And so to the printing press, all in capable transition from gathered news to newspaper. With her birth, she's 24, her father said,
"The Record Journal has needed a new printer, and she arrived today. We hope that someday she'll do the editing, too."
Perhaps from the newspaperman's Valhalla, he sees the Record Journal with a staff of one, Miss Marjorie Case. While in Colorado, a woman upholds a principle of freedom, in Yucaipa, California, Mrs. Nan Songer helped win a war to save that freedom. The webs of spiders provide her means. In the flowering yucca, named by Spanish conquistadores the candlesticks of God, she snares her weavers. Within her home, she breeds them. And children help in her supply. Looking on, all eyes, as she prepares to silk 3 specimens. For gun and navigation sights and precision instruments vital in war's destruction, but as vital in the constructive projects of peace, she silks spiders of their webs. Producing preferred webs, the golden garden and green lynx spiders, with bites devoid of poison, and, with a bite of death, the venomous black widow. Her tools? A block of yucca wood, a small staple to hold them without injury, a dissecting needle, tweezers, and a small frame with lacquer at a corner to catch the web. Just tickle the spinnerets with the needle, and the spider gives of the fluid, which the air turns into web. Now you see how to silk a spider, because no spider web is so coarse as 5/10,000ths of an inch. To supply special needs, Mrs. Songer spins 2 or more together, or actually splits a web to 5/100,000ths of an inch. In the far Pacific, her fighting son saw his target on cross sights from his mother's spiders. At home, his sister had to leave the wax to assist their mother in performance of a more important duty. But her preference runs to horses. As a whack, she rode for Camp Roberts in riding competitions. As Betty Willis, trick and fancy rider, she is known wherever rodeos are held. And as the saying is, there's a reason. The way she rides her Palomino is it. The Palomino is the golden horse of ancient fable. But then, no girl like Betty to ride one. Ride 'em, cowboy. Ride 'em, cowgirl. Yo sure rode 'em, gal, and showed 'em. Goodbye now to Betty Willis, daring sportswoman, and her golden horse. Thoughts of daring women revive recollection of an event in 1926, when for the first time a woman, daring the chill and current of the English Channel, swam from Cape Grisnez, France, to the White Cliffs of Dover on England's coast. See how in New York City her fellow countrymen acclaimed her. And at City Hall, Mayor Jimmy Walker welcomed Gertrude Ederle home. In the year that Gertrude Ederle swam the Channel, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly the Atlantic, and later the first woman to fly the ocean alone. Then 9 years ago, to circle the globe eastwards across the continents to Lae in New Guinea, she soared the encircling skies. At Lae, she took flight into a legend. The Pacific Ocean keeps the secret of Amelia Earhart's and her navigator's fate. Now, in honor of Amelia Earhart, a former member of Zone Tower International, and to encourage women's graduate study of aeronautical engineering, a scholarship has been established by this organization of executive women. Our embattled might traversed the lanes that Amelia Earhart flew in mystery. And at Hiroshima, the enemy felt the awful force of the American eagle's rage. That havoc of exploding atoms is the work of a plain and kindly woman, Marie Curie, researcher of radioactive substances akin to the uranium from which derived the atom bomb. Marie Curie gained the world's respect for her guiding purpose was to aid all humanity. In far-off India, women are breaking the bondage of age-long custom. Here, a class in domestic science. Oh, so you don't like the cooking, eh? A secluded woman in traditional costume paints a traditional character to be kept, like the painter, in seclusion. But here, an art class and the women not secluded. Now, for women, too, a class in logic and public speaking. To us, these things may seem commonplace. In India, they portray what is to them a major advance, freedom of expression for women. Symbolizing traditional custom, the barefooted water carriers and the dancer permitted expression only in entertainment of guests, all in sober formality. In contrast, the encouraged public dancing of girls, just for the fun of it. Not quite like the jitterbug, but a dance nonetheless. Toddlers get the spirit. Look, even the baby. Perhaps the solution of India's manifold problems will be hastened when there, as here, woman speaks